Hey from Eric Sport, welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're going to take a look at front circles. So front circles are basically an extension of the side-to-side pendulum in front of the body. You need to master those circles before you move on to the back circles and then eventually to the signature movement of Indian clubs, the full swing, also known as the meal heart-shaped swing and whatnot. Now, we're also going to take a look at the question that we got. Should you have straight arms or bent arms when doing the front circles? So I've got a couple of clubs right in front of me. I've got a Kalakatai, which is 69 centimeters, 70 centimeters long, which is basically the length of my arm. And here I've got the Palavanel XL, which is 82 centimeters, so quite a long club. And one of the questions we got was, how is it doing one arm inside, outside circles and doing the full swings and so on with the Palavanel XL? And, do I have to bend my arms and so on? So, as you can see, I'm 178, not especially tall or anything. So with the Kalakatai here, I've got good clearance over my toes. With the XL, if I'm holding it, choking on the handle, it's okay as well. Good clearance, but if I'm swinging with two hands on the club or just holding it at the end of the handle, you can see I would be hitting my toes, okay, if I were to keep a straight arm. Now the front circles, so I'm going to answer that question, bent arms, straight arms after. But quick demonstration. So two hands on the club, and why two hands on the club? Because it's the simplest, easiest way for you to learn the moves. And then anything you can do with two hands on the club, basically you should be able to do with one hand. So in this instance, I've got my right hand on the, at the furthest point of the club, near the knob here, okay? So this is my leading hand, because if I were to do that circle with one hand on the club, I would be holding on to the club this way, okay? So here, midline of the body, I'm going to start in this position, in my guard position. I'm going to cross the midline of the body. I'm not just moving the club like this, you see, to the side, but I'm actually also pivoting. So my chest is moving away from the camera, pointing to my left. Now, I'm going to imagine I've got a wall right in front of me, so I don't want to move all over the place. I want to keep that club as close to my body as possible. From here, the club is going to simply drop. Now, I've got a short club, or relatively short club, I should say. So I'm going to keep my arm straight. Boom. Moving to the other side, the club is going to come back to that order guard position. Yeah, now you notice my chest is pointing to my right. All I do is shift my body weight, so my weight is going over this leg, and I'm rotating. You can see the action happening, boom, at the knees, hips, and shoulders, okay? So every circle that I'm doing, I let go of the club, or of the weight, I should say, not the club, and I catch the weight, boom, stabilize it, translate it across, and so on. Now, with that same grip here, I can, of course, reverse the direction of the circle. Boom. Yeah, and then I would eventually switch the grips and start crossing the midline. Boom. So I follow the club with my eyes. I don't have to keep the eyes at all time on the clubs like this, right? But just as I let go or start the movement and as I receive the club, I've got that visual contact. And again, I would go the opposite direction. Okay? So in our system at Heroic Sport, the leading hand is the one on the bottom of the club. Yeah? So when I cross the center line of the body, this is called an inner circle. Some people call it inside circle, right? And you guessed it, if I move away from the midline, think leading hand, yeah? Away from the midline, then I've got an outer circle. And again, some people call it the outside circle. So that's the portion, of the full swing, the meal. You've got that front part of the circle linking into the back circle, then you got your mill, right? Now you can of course do the full circle like this. You got more forces because you got the club falling from higher by keeping the straight arms, okay? Now it's a viable alternative. Small thing about the stance, you know, I try to maintain my toes as much as possible facing forward. A slight opening, yeah, is maybe going to happen as you start moving heavy weights. As long as your knees are okay, it's not a problem, okay? Now, if you know you've got stiff knees or sore knees or whatever, yeah, the first thing, you never want to lock your legs. You always keep a slight bend in there so you can amortize, you know, take the impact and so on that way. It allows you to pivot and rotate more efficiently. If you have to, yes, you could do the circle this way by pivoting, okay? Doing a bit of dancing feet. It's acceptable. Again, it's going to be personal choice, you know, and you might use it some of the time and maybe not, you know, on other exercises. So it's really a personal choice. I don't have anything against it. Personally, I much prefer to be static, okay? And when I'm swinging in front of the body, to increase the stability from side to side, I might stand a bit wider than I would usually. Now, when we're swinging by the side of the body, I want to keep my feet directly under my hips as much as possible, okay? So we don't swing out wide. We keep, again, the club swinging as close to the body as possible. Good. That's out of the way. So, with a long club, you know, again here, so this one is loaded to 12 kilos. 2 hands on the club, boom. Yeah? Yes, I bend my arms because I don't want to clip my toes. Now, is it legit? Should you do it? I think so. If you observe some of the videos about Indian clubs in India, you'll notice they got a wide variety of designs of Indian clubs. Some are longer than that, some are like 110 centimeters long, you know, some are shorter and so on. And of course, when using a long club, not to hit the ground or your toes, you bend the arms. Now, how does this relate to wrestling? Well, if you know a bit about the Bulgarian bag, right? Ivan Havanov, when teaching the course, he shows you 2 styles of doing the spins with the Bulgarian bag. The open style and the closed style. And this is where we got our open style light clubs, closed style heavy clubs, okay? Now the closed style is encouraged for the grapplers and the wrestlers and so on because you keep a slight end in your arm and of course you straight away engage a lot more of your biceps and your grip muscles because you want to keep the opponent close into you to be able to control it. So doing the spin with the open style would be whoop, like this. So I got straight arms, yeah? I can relax my upper arm on the front portion of the circle. With the closed style, we got a faster spin because I've got bend in my elbow, okay? So I hope this helps clarify the question. Straight arms, bent arm, correct, not correct, don't think so much about it. Is it relevant for you? Is it safe? Yes, good, all good. Then that's it, you know? So if you've got a longer club, you just keep a slight bend in your arms. It's gonna feel, you know, a bit different at first until you get used to it, and then it's like everything else, you know? It's coded in your body and you won't even think about it. So, I hope you like the video. Leave us a comment. If you swing with straight arms, we maintain a small bend, trying it, you know, what it felt like and so on. And also remember to subscribe to our channel, stay up to date, and we'll catch you in the next video.